larger style cruises. So we do sit in a space known as new luxury. So we are definitely a larger ship going in the line of a premium product, but we are taking that up a notch and really focusing on the luxury new, which I'll run through with you what we mean by that as well in the next couple of slides. But we are a large ship, but we are a very luxurious, beautiful large ship company. So our brand pillars, I'm just going to run through this really quickly with you. The brand pillars and things that really make us different and what we really focus on at Celebrity is our 5 main pillars. One is destination delivery. So again, recognising that longer time imports, overnights, earlier arrivals, later departures, really giving our guests the time to actually enjoy that import experience is huge for us. So you'll see that on some of the itineraries when Jess runs through in a little bit, that you'll see a longer port time in the destinations. The design. So we work with world-class design experts and architects. We aren't working with typical cruise ship designers. So you will see as we're running through some of the pictures what that actually looks like. We definitely are working with the best of the best when it comes to our design team. In that is our world-class accommodations, so including our retreat product, which I'll run through in just a moment. So really taking things up a notch as far as what people are used to on cruise ships. Our food, my absolute favourite subject in the world. We do really, really well at Celebrity. So our culinary expertise, we've got Chef Daniel Boulud, who's a Michelin-starred restaurant owner. He oversees our culinary program globally and also works with our chef Cornelius Gallagher on a lot of our menus on board the ships. So that's definitely something we take seriously as our food. And then wellness. So when you are eating as you are on a Celebrity cruise, it's really nice to have the balance where we do focus on wellness. We've got aqua class staterooms, which I'll run you through in a moment, treatments at the spa, yoga classes, fitness classes. So a lot of things that we are doing that can incorporate a wellness into your journey on a sailing with us. Our new build timelines, this is something we are quite proud of, is our new ships in the fleet. So in November of 2018, we welcomed Celebrity Edge as our first ship in the Edge series. A year later, in 2019, came Flora. So she's our expeditionary class ship that's based over in the Galapagos. If you haven't had a look at her, really worth having a look at her. She's stunning. 2020, we had our ship Celebrity Apex delivered. So she's the second ship in the Edge series. We are about to, in a couple of months' time in April, launch Celebrity Beyond as our third ship in the series. We then next year are going to be welcoming Celebrity Ascent, and word on the street is we've got plans for a 5th ship in the Edge series as well. So really exciting things going on for us in our niche market of the Edge series ships. So the retreat. Our suite program is known as the retreat. All suites, all exclusive, all included. We do recognise that when it comes to luxury, more is more. So the suite classes on the ships are really quite spectacular and breathtaking. You can see a couple of pictures here that give an idea of what they are. The middle, for example, is our Luminave dedicated restaurant for the retreat. And on the right-hand side, you can see my favourite room in all of our ships. My favourite stateroom is our 2-storey Edge Villa with private plunge pool. I'll show you a couple more pics in a moment. So this one here's our iconic suite. It sits right above the captain on the bridge, so not a bad view from the top there. Sleep 6, it has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, huge living space, the size of my small apartment that I'm in here, and has a covered hot tub out on the balcony as well. As I mentioned, my favourite is the Edge Villa. So this one here is 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. It does sleep 4 people in the configuration, 2 stories, and with a private plunge pool on your balcony. The other one I'll show you in this series is the Penthouse Suite. So again, 2 bed, 2 bathrooms. It is sleeping 6. It has a whirlpool tub on the balcony as well, and again, quite a lot of living space. So don't know who's keen to travel in one of these, but I know I sure am. Aqua class. So I did mention our wellness being a really important thing for us here at Celebrity Cruises. So we do have a dedicated class of staterooms called Aqua class. In the Aqua class staterooms, you get unlimited access to the sea thermal suite. So I'll show you a picture in a second to show you what that looks like. You have got a spa concierge and access priority to the spa bookings on board. And also including new healthy options, you can eat at Blue, which is the dedicated restaurant to Aqua Class guests as well. There are a few other amenities that you do get, which are complimentary fitness classes. We've got bottled water in the rooms, use of a yoga mat, quite a lot of perks that you do get in that class of stateroom. You are in an infinite veranda stateroom for this category, so that's pictured on the screen here on Celebrity Edge. Fun fact, I'm booked on this in September in Europe, so I cannot wait to be sitting in my room with my yoga mat. A couple of pictures here of the Sea Thermal Suite that, as mentioned, you do get access to the Sea Thermal Suite, which is including your relaxation room. You've got a salt therapy room and some comfy egg chairs that you can relax and have a day at peace while you are at sea there. And Blue Restaurant. So this is the dedicated restaurant only available to Aqua Class guests. So the menu features more healthy options. So I know at sea you can indulge a little bit. So this one here is where you'll find your lighter options with some less culinary adventure in there, but still really keeping with our theme of extreme luxury on board that ship as well. Okay, so Celebrity Beyond, I mentioned a few moments ago that we do have plans for the third ship in our Edge series. So Celebrity Beyond is launching in April this year. She'll be sailing in the Mediterranean for her first itineraries and ports for the year. Couple of pictures here of her that we've been really excited to see come together. So on the top left, you'll see that's the dedicated retreat class sun lounge. So you've actually got 2 stories now on the sun deck for the retreat guests, including direct access from their suites, which is something that's different. And we are making these ships bigger and better as we go along with them. We've got our resort deck, which has got the 25-metre lap pool up the top and outward-facing design there to really bring the sea into you. You've got the cabanas along the outside that you can see on the right-hand side and plenty of seating there. We've then got the rooftop garden, and my favourite, I think, part of this ship is the sunset bar, which you can see on the bottom right. It's a Mediterranean style, fantastic looking space to have a cocktail and watch the sunset. In addition to that, we have got some new restaurants that we are putting onto Beyond. The one that I will mention is Le Voyage. So on the top right, you can see this one's actually our culinary ambassador, Daniel Boulud. It's his first restaurant at sea. So we're really excited to see that come together. It'll be a 6-star dining experience that we can't wait to have our guests come back and tell us how amazing it was. Rooftop garden grill on the bottom there that you can see as well. So just really giving us more options to eat on board the ships, as we love. In addition to that, we will have our 4 main restaurants as we do on Celebrity Edge that you'll be familiar with. So we've got Cyprus, Cosmopolitan, Tuscan and Normandy. So these are the 4 main dining rooms that guests can eat in at night time. They have got the same menu that features in all 4, so you won't miss out if you've got something on your mind on the daily menu, but they also do feature their own in addition to that. Again, drinking bars, we love it. New martini bar. So we are focusing, the martini bar is actually at the centre of the grand lobby there, really taking in that space and making that a place to be at night time. We do have a world-class bar, which is our Edge Series debut on the bottom right, as well as the Mast bar, which you'll see up on the top deck, which is the bottom left picture here. That's the end of my little presentation talking about what's new for us. I'm going to hand over now to Jessica, who will talk you through some itineraries and what we've got coming up. Thanks, Jess. Jess, you're on mute.
Sorry, Hannah, I'm going to have to request the screen again. There seems to be a problem there.
Oh, no worries.
One sec.
No worries. Approve. I think we'd figured it out by now, these WebEx.
I know, that's the thing, right? We keep on changing which program we use. So sorry about that, everyone. So, of course, Celebrity Eclipse coming to Australia, hopefully, finally this summer. So Celebrity Eclipse, we've been talking about her for quite some time, about coming here, and hopefully we'll be able to welcome her a little later this year. So she will bring down some really exciting features and also some beautiful itineraries for your guests to take in while she's down here. So it'll be her first season here. She'll home port from Sydney and Auckland, so they'll remain as her departure ports. Her season will be from September 2022 through to April 2023, and the sailings range from 5 to 18 nights. So there's a nice mix of Queensland voyages. We've got some domestic down to Victoria and South Australia. And then we've also, of course, got our New Zealand and a bit of South Pacific. So a nice mix there. And she will be repositioning down from Hawaii. So very much looking forward to her coming down. Now, if you're not sure what is on Eclipse, she's very similar to the Celebrity Solstice that graced our shores for many, many years. So she will have some really lovely features, like our beautiful champagne and bubbles inspired dining room there. So you've got the wine tower there, so the largest wine tower at sea, that very modern look and feel throughout. And it is the one main dining room on the Eclipse, which is a little bit different to our Edge series. We have the beautiful Martini Bar. So the Martini Bar really is an iconic feature of our Celebrity ships. So we do have that pretty much on every ship within the fleet, but the Martini Bar on the Eclipse actually has ice covered bar top there as well. And you've got 100 different types of vodka. So if you like your vodka, the Martini Bar is a great spot for that. I can highly recommend the Fresca Martini, my personal favorite in that particular bar. Then we also have the adults only solarium. So that particular area of the ship is only for adults, and it is our heated pool area, but we also do have our outdoor non-heated pool as well. So some beautiful public spaces on board the Eclipse. We have, of course, the half an acre of real grass on top of the ship. So one of my favorite areas. Of course, we do have a lot of different activities up there, but if you don't want to participate in any of the activities, we have our beautiful wine and cheese sunset picnics up there with music as well. So that's a great way to enjoy the Lawn Club. So of course, you would have heard the news that after we welcome the Eclipse here, we will then welcome Celebrity Edge in 2023. So we're very, very excited about this. This is something that we've hoped for as a team since the Edge series was built back in 2018. So really, really exciting that this ship will be coming down to Australia. And as she makes her way down to Australia, she'll be undertaking a 52-night grand voyage. So that grand voyage will depart from Rome and we'll take in a bit of Sicily and Athens before transiting through the Suez Canal. Then we'll be heading over to Dubai and then down through India and Sri Lanka into Thailand. Then we'll have a couple of days in Bali, and then we'll hit the shores of Australia via Darwin and come down the east coast through Cairns and Airlie Beach before she makes her arrival into Sydney. And then, of course, you can actually add on the New Zealand voyage to this grand journey to make it 52 nights. So we do have a number of people booking onto this, either from the Rome to Sydney, or they're going all the way to Auckland and then coming back. So there's some really some beautiful ports there. It's quite rare that we do journeys that are this long with celebrities, so a really unique experience and a great opportunity for guests to be on edge as she sails into Sydney Harbour for the first time. So there is 25 sea days on board, so plenty of time to explore all of the great variety of restaurants, the activities on board, and of course you'll be in some beautiful accommodations. So there is some great pricing for this grand journey, so do be sure to contact Creative if your clients are interested. And this is great for anyone that's used to doing a world cruise and maybe they just want to do a half a world cruise at this point, you know, coming out of a couple of years of not traveling. So when she does arrive into Australia, this is pretty much her mix of itineraries. So she'll be doing a lot of New Zealand itineraries. We'll have some South Pacific. We have the 10-night Great Barrier Reef in January 2024. We've got the 6-night Tassie in March 24. And then our very popular Australian wine cruise in April 2024. So that one goes down to South Australia and has our maiden visit into Kangaroo Island. So some beautiful itineraries there. They are all on sale. And of course, Creative has some great pricing and packages, which Lara will talk to towards the end of this presentation. So of course, outside of Australia and New Zealand, we do have our ships based around the globe, and we have been sailing for almost 12 months now, so quite some time with our ships back in the waters. So Europe is a massive destination for us. We'll be up in Europe this year, but we know that, you know, maybe not everyone is quite ready to cruise this year. And we sure do hope that, you will be able to get some bookings for Europe, but we decided to focus on 2023 just in case you've got clients that need a little bit more time to prepare today. So 2023 is shaping up to be a huge year for us in Europe. So we've got some new ports. We are going for the first time to Kotka in Finland. We'll be having an overnight stay in Alexandria. We'll be returning to Flam in Norway. So some really great destinations there. And we'll actually have nearly 50 overnight stays in 13 cities. So we're certainly trying to maximize the amount of time that we actually have in port moving forward. We have some new itineraries in the mix. I think the most unique itinerary there would be our 12-night Israel, Egypt, and the Med. And we've got our beautiful Edge series, all based up in Europe. So we've got the Apex, the Celebrity Beyond that Hannah mentioned earlier, and then we also have the Celebrity Edge. So we do have more sailings out of Athens. That's a place that we haven't really sailed out of very much over the years, and we'll have 2 ships sailing out of there for a 4th season. So really nice spread of itineraries across Europe. So just delving a little deeper into the Edge series and what they'll be doing. So Celebrity Beyond will be in the Eastern Med out of Rome, and she'll be doing the Croatia and Montenegro and the Turkey and Greek island cruises. So those do have like an overnight stay in Istanbul. So really beautiful itinerary. The Edge will be doing a 7-night program in the Western Med. So doing the typical 7 nights, either Rome or Barcelona, and then the round trips from Rome. So it just depends, what sort of mix your clients would like. And those will mainly focus on Italy, France, and Spain. Apex will continue sailing up in Northern Europe. So she'll do a mix of Scandinavia and Russia, Norwegian fjords, the British Isles, and Iceland and Ireland, which is one of our most popular cruises. In the shoulder season for Europe, she'll do a couple of unique itineraries, like our Portugal, Spain, and Malta, and also our Israel, Egypt, and the Med cruise as well. So a nice mix there for the Edge series. But on top of that, we of course do have a number of Solstice series ships and a couple of our Millennium series ships if people like something a little bit smaller, or perhaps that their itinerary meets their needs. So as I mentioned, lots and lots of overnight stays. So we do have 8 overnight stays in Istanbul. We've got 7 in Ravenna in Italy, and then we've got 6 in Florence. So really those key places in the Mediterranean, we've got a lot of overnight stays. Of course, Russia, St. Petersburg, if you're going there, you do want to stay overnight, and we've certainly catered for that on the Apex and Silhouette up in Northern Europe. As I mentioned earlier, Alexandria and Egypt will be overnighting there. The last time we were there was 2012, and we'll have 3 overnights. And then we also do have the overnight stay in Jerusalem. A couple of key highlights there as well are Reykjavik, and then also Cork in Ireland. So lots and lots of great overnight destinations. And of course, when we overnight, you use the ship as your hotel. You come and go as you please. So moving away from Europe and into our Asia itinerary. So we just recently launched these just a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to show you what the ships will be doing up there. So we will have the Millennium and the Solstice up there. So the first time we've actually had 2 ships in the region. We've always pretty much operated with 1. So the Celebrity Millennium has been revolutionized. So that means that basically all of her cabins have been replaced. We have, replaced the carpets, we've painted, and they have a completely new look and feel. We'll also have Solstice up there, so Australia's favorite celebrity ship. We'll have more itineraries than ever. So we'll have some new home ports, including Mumbai in India. And we've got some brand new itineraries. So we've got our 12-night Northeast Asia, the Spice Route, and the Bali, Malaysia, and Thailand cruise as well. We've got more opportunities for overnight stays than ever. So we do have the overnight stays in India, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, and Japan, plus more. So if you haven't done a cruise in Asia, or your clients haven't, it is a great way to experience Asia. I've been lucky to do a couple of cruises up there, and I absolutely love sailing up there. So just taking a bit of a closer look at the Solstice. So she will depart from Hong Kong, Singapore, and then she'll also have some sailings from Sydney. So she'll actually be coming back down here for a little quick visit, and she'll have a repositioning as well. So the core itineraries for her deployment are Vietnam and Thailand 12-nighters, and also Thailand and Vietnam in the reverse. So pretty much doing the same itinerary back to back, but in the reverse. She'll have the overnight stays in Bangkok, and then of course Halong Bay. So you definitely always have to do an overnight stay in Halong Bay. So that's a bit of her, that's her schedule there. So we've got the Honolulu to Sydney, which I know that a lot of Australians will book onto. So after having many, many years of not having this repositioning voyage, in 23, we'll have Solstice doing that. Of course, Edge won't be doing that because she'll be coming from Europe, but we'll make up for that with the Solstice in particular. But as you can see, there are lots of Singapore, Hong Kong itineraries, so back and forth. And then we've got that Singapore down to Sydney as well. So if people love repositioning, Solstice is your ship for 2023. So Celebrity Millennium, we've got some new itineraries for her as well. So we've got the best of Japan and Southern Japan. So a great way to experience Japan is, of course, by a ship, and Millennium is a fantastic size ship for Asia, just with about 2,000 passengers. We also have the Spice Route for her voyages as well. But most importantly, she is going into India and Sri Lanka. So that's something really quite unique for the Millennium. So just drilling down into her itineraries here, we do have her Vancouver to Yokohama departure on the 15th of September in 2023. And then she continues to do a lot of like best of Japan cruises, and those are over quite a nice time of year, September, October. And then we go into doing the Spice Route, the Bali, Malaysia and Thailand cruises. And then we finish up her season doing Japan cruises once again, but of course in that cherry blossom period. So a really good, nice mix of itineraries there for the Millennium. So just showing you in detail those Spice Route cruises, in case you're wondering where they actually specifically go. We've got the Singapore through to Mumbai, so you get your overnight stay in Cochin and also Mumbai, but we also visit 2 ports in Sri Lanka, and we've got Phuket and Penang there. And then of course, pretty much somewhat in the reverse there, with a couple of different ports like Kuala Lumpur on the right-hand side. So I'm going to hand it over to Lara to talk through some of the exclusive packages that Creative have put together for a couple of our destinations.
Thanks, Jess. We are extremely excited that we have 10 amazing packages out with Celebrity at the moment. So these are a combination of home port seasons, Asia and Europe. All of the packages that we do have with Celebrity are valid right through until the 31st of March this year. And all of the sailings are featured for 2023 and 2024. So that again does give your clients a little bit more time to prepare and come to terms with anything that's going on in the world at the moment. I just wanted to mention as well, because we do have some really fantastic rates with Celebrity, that any of our packages, we can look at changing dates. We can also package up additional Celebrity sailings. So for clients that do want to cruise a little bit longer, perhaps looking at back-to-back cruising, particularly in Europe or in some of those amazing Asian ones that we just looked at, you can always call through at our res team, and we'll certainly look at making any of those combination of cruises together to become a package for you. So as always, our packages can be found under our Air, Land and Sea tab on our website. And for those of you that do have the white labels with us, your clients will actually be able to see all of these packages themselves, and that will be directly on your white label sites. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Lara. And sorry about the flicking there. I'm not sure what's happening today
That's
with Zoom.
okay.
I think it's the extended break between Zooms with Christmas and everything. I'll blame that anyway. So just before we leave you today, we did just want to go through some of your contacts for the Celebrity team. So we do have the image here of the team. So we've got on the left there, Nicole. So she does look after half of New South Wales and also WA. So she's looking after the northern half of New South Wales, and myself looking after the southern half. I've also got the lovely agents down in Canberra. We've got Fiona in the middle there, who looks after all of our Queensland agents. And then, of course, Hannah, that you've been on the call with today. She's looking after Victoria, Tasmania, South Australia, and New Zealand. So lots and lots of cities there. And then we've also got Cameron Mannix, who is our Director of Sales. So pretty much there, all of our contacts. We did have someone who just asked who looks after the Northern Territory. And I may have to get back to you there. It probably just depends on which consortia you're a part of. So we might just need to double check that and come back to you. So if you can tell me in the chat box there, Cola, which group you're a part of, I can pretty much direct you in the right direction of who your contact would be. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll open up to any questions. So if you do have any questions, pop them in the chat box and we'll be happy to answer those. So Cola, that would actually be myself. So I look after the whole iTravel network. So please take down my details. And if you've got any questions, reach out to me directly.
Did anyone have any questions? So either myself, Jess, Hannah?
It's always a good sign. That means we covered a lot. And Hannah, if there's anything else you want to add, feel free to.
No, just you've obviously got our details, and again, thanks so much for your time. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask in the group, feel free to take Jess or my email and email us separately. That's absolutely fine. We sometimes get people after the session send us a quick message, and same again if you're watching the recording later. I'm always here to answer any questions.
So in regards to FCTG independence, it's really just sort of based on your location. So if you're based in New South Wales, you can contact myself or Nicole. But if you're in Queensland or Victoria, you've obviously got Hannah or Fiona there as well. So we just feel free to touch base with one of us. Yeah. It was just Northern Territory being a little bit not catered for in our list there. We just wanted to double check which group you were a part of.
All right, I think that's it for the questions. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending. Of course, you've now got Hannah and Jess's details. And of course, you can always come to me as well for anything regarding creative cruising. All right, thank you very much, Jess and Hannah, for that. It was amazing, and I can't wait for my next celebrity cruise myself.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.